Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and thanks for tuning in to the number one podcast for anthropology. I'm your host, Daniel Guo, and today we will be talking about neoliberal yoga and brand fanaticism. To begin, we will briefly go over what does it mean to be a neoliberal. Neoliberalism is a policy model that encompasses both politics and economics. Basically, it means it favors private enterprises and seeks to transfer the control of economic factors from the government to the private sector. We can think of stuff like a decentralized currency like cryptocurrency as an example for this. So how does yoga fit into this? Well, yoga actually underwent a really interesting transition period from the once ancient spiritual practice to now more modern mainstay. You see, what was once considered a niche activity for spiritual seekers is now a multi-billion-dollar industry. And the entrepreneurial spirit of the global consumer culture has already influenced a lot of the once yoga gurus to create a commercialization of yoga as a practice that can honestly be integrated and selected and combined with existing beliefs. For the podcast today, we will focus on how companies in the yoga industry, especially Lululemon, were able to capitalize and commercialize the practice of yoga. Lululemon was founded in 1998 and has become a prominent brand in the athletic apparel industry, particularly known for its yoga wear. And the company has honestly very well capitalized and commercialized yoga in several ways. First of all, Lululemon has basically produced a lot of high quality athletic wear that combines both its performance with its style, and as a brand is continued known for its innovative fabrics and technical features, right? And these attributes appeal very much to yoga practitioners, with actually a lot of gurus themselves being sponsored by the brand and further promoting it. Also, Lululemon has actively engaged with the yoga community, organizing events, classes, and workshops on their own volition, with the brand often collaborating, as said before, with these yoga instructors and building studios to create a sense of community around the practice. And this, actually, we'll get further on into the podcast, has helped to build more brand loyalty and brand fanaticism. And by positioning itself, by the way, as Lululemon does this a lot, to make themselves more than just a clothing brand, Lululemon has now become more than just a brand. It has become more of a lifestyle and community that resonates with a lot of practitioners of yoga. In addition, some Lululemon stores even offer free in-store yoga classes, further reinforcing the brand association with the yoga lifestyle. And this strategy not only promotes the brand in these spaces, but connects them even further, and they have done so much strategic partnerships with yoga influencers, instructors, and celebrities that their yoga community is by far the biggest in the industry. And it's not hard to say that they might have a monopoly inside of the business. And as well, as mentioned before, yoga has been being revolutionized almost every few generations, but Lululemon has basically blended the nowadays fashion with the functionality, creating a new style and trendy design for its yoga wear. Lululemon has successfully leveraged yoga to create a brand loyalty and fanaticism in the modern age, changing it from a once ancient tradition or spiritual practice into what it is nowadays by integrating the principles of yoga that it's built upon into its brand identity and marketing strategies. And by integrating this yoga into its brand ethos and engaging with the yoga community and emphasizing values such as mindfulness and well-being to its customers, their brand was very quickly able to go beyond simple retail transaction, and they were able to fostering a growing loyal consumer base and fanaticism for its brand. Companies like Lululemon serve as proof that ancient traditions can be brought into the modern day if they are able to be fostered into a marketable practice in the consumer sphere. Basically meaning, will this brand, if I bring it into the modern day, would it be practical, right? Like, what if I brought something like shamanism back into modern spirit? Would that work? And the brand fanaticism that companies like Lululemon bring are ultimately a result of their continued maintenance of their brand loyalty, and honestly maybe a precursor to a new type of religion in our growing modern sociology based on the consumer culture that a lot brings. Like, for example, designer brands have a big culture around it. For example, companies like Walmart have diehard fans, or even Tim Hortons or McDonald's has a group of diehard fans that only eat there. Thank you for watching this episode. I'm your host, Daniel Go, and I hope to see you next time.